whole days to get tangled up in.
Yeah. Not that there's ever a good day for that to happen.
That's true.
Just for reference, after we're done with the press conference, since I don't see any yellow tape at all anywhere, which vicinity should we focus on for this date?
You can focus anywhere on the street. Just like I said, keep in mind it's a residence and a lot of people are home right now, so I wouldn't want anyone to be like, hey, what's going on? So yeah, you're going to be anywhere on the sidewalk just like anyone else. I would just advise a courtesy. That's all.
Everybody ready for a name?
Oh, no, not yet.
He's he's still got his. You're good. I'm in no particular rush.
Okay, here we go. It's the most amount of mics you've worn at once.
It might be. It's got to be up there at least.
Are you going to press something there, or you're good?
Yeah, as soon as everyone's good to go, if someone doesn't mind just hitting the go live button on that, and I'll go when the countdown times out.
The blue?
Mm-hmm.
Are you guys ready?
Yep.
I'm good to go?
Yep.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Officer Andrew Horn, number 8916, Andrew spelled A-N-D-R-E-W, Horn spelled H-O-R-N-E, here to provide a briefing on incident 23-216-0625. At approximately 11:38 a.m., APD received a call for service from a male who observed a person in the backyard of a residence who appeared to be deceased. Officers responded to the scene, found a male in the backyard of a residence who was obviously deceased. At this time, it is not being investigated as a homicide. It's an undetermined death at this time. And that's all I have at the moment. If anyone has any clarifying questions.
Was it fine? Was the body found in the house that is for sale and vacant?
I don't know which house would be for sale or for vacant, but the body, the deceased person was discovered in a backyard.
Could you tell me what address?
I cannot give the actual address this time. The only thing I'm free to release is the block range of the 5200 here at Emerald Meadow.
Is there a threat to the public right now?
No, and like I said, at this time, it's not even being investigated truly as a homicide. It's just a deceased person investigation, undetermined.
Is there any determination if the person was homeless?
Nothing to indicate that they were or were not at this time.
Where the person found, do you have an idea, even though you can't reveal, do we know if that person was the owner of the house where they found him?
I don't know if they've actually identified the deceased, and obviously there'd be no way to determine if they lived there or not, if they'd be a homeowner or anything of that nature.
Can you give approximate age or ethnicity?
No. Based on the state of everything, I wasn't able to determine exact age or even much of a range of age or ethnicity, anything of that nature.
Even when it's not being investigated as a homicide, I assume you guys still want help from the public in case they know anything?
Yes, absolutely. If anyone does happen to know anything or believes they know something, they're absolutely encouraged to reach out to 311.
Anything you can say about this type of death investigation? I know you said there was no indication yet of what caused it, but any trauma to the body, like the one this morning? Anything of that nature? No,
nothing obvious, like in the one that you're referencing this morning. Nothing obvious at all to point to cause of death and whether there'd be foul play or not. So still undetermined, still very fresh investigation.
And anything you can tell us about this area? I know we're in South Austin, but anything that indicates this being a pattern of something going on in this area?
No, I certainly don't have statistics that this would be any kind of a pattern or anomaly. That would be something that the crime analyst would have to come back to if y'all were to inquire.
You said it was obvious deceased person when the police arrived. It was very obvious. What state was the body in? Was it high decomposure? Was it
I would say like obvious decomposure, yes, is what I'd be able to say.
Oh,
So is there an indication that the person was dead for a couple of days before it was dead?
I do not know. That would be something the medical examiner would be able to determine the estimation for how long this person had been deceased.
But there was a lot of decomposure.
It was obvious decomposure, like I said, very obvious that this person was deceased and had not been in the immediate past.
And as of now, anything to know if the person was not the homeowner, how did he got in there in the first place?
No, no indication of how they would have arrived there, under what circumstances, anything like that. So that would need to be investigated, or that would need to be determined by the investigation.
Do you think this is possibly heat related?
I do not know. Again, that would require kind of the time frame of when they first arrived there and how they ended up becoming deceased in the first place.
Any last message for the public?
No, just to always be observant, and if you see anything that seems out of place or suspicious, by all means, please contact APD, and we'd be more than happy to check it out for y'all.
I must have missed it at the very beginning. You said that somebody in the area, or a resident, a neighbor, or somebody in the community called police and said there was a body?
Yes, this was an involved third party who noticed the person who appeared to be either distressed or deceased. All right, if nothing else, thank you very much for your time, y'all.
Thank
Thank you.